We're going to be converting units and converting rates, some dimensional analysis. So if you would go ahead and scribble these conversions down, they're important that you have those. Push pause, scribble those down, and you can push pause and scribble those down too. And push pause and scribble these down. Cups and pints and quarts and gallons. And on each of these, I've said multiplying by 1 because that's all we're doing. We're multiplying by 1. Each of these fractions is equal to 1. If 12 inches is the same as 1 foot, that's something over itself, and that's equal to 1. So when I multiply by 1, the way the original number looks changes, but the value of that number does not change. So if I wanted to convert 12 feet into yards, like we know that there's 3 feet in a yard, like we can do that, but let's write it out like this so we can prepare ourselves later on. I got 12 feet, and I'm going to put that over 1, and I'm going to multiply by 1 here. I know that 3 feet is 1 yard, and in order to be able to cancel out my feet, I'm going to put the feet on the bottom. So that cancels out my units, and that leaves me with just yards as my unit. That would be 12 over 3, and that means that there are 4 yards in 12 feet. Next one, I mean, just same kind of stuff here. If I want to convert 102 feet into yards, I would say 102 feet. And I know that there's 3 feet in 1 yard. Cancel out the feet, top and bottom, and I'm left with yards. That would give me 102 over 3, and I think that's 34 yards. 34 yards. Same kind of stuff with that next example. You'd have 78 inches. And you want to convert that into feet. So I'm going to have 12 inches is 1 foot. And I'm going to cancel out my inches. And 78 over 12 is equal to 6.5 feet. Same kind of stuff on each of those. I'll let you practice those. This one's a little bit different. If I want to convert 4 miles into feet, I'm going to set it up the same way. I've got 4 miles, and if I want to convert that into feet, I know that 5,280 feet are in a mile, and miles is on top right now, so I want miles on the bottom so that those units will cancel out. Those are gone, and I'm left with feet, and that should be 21,120 feet in 4 miles. If I'm converting 25 feet to inches, I've got 25 feet. And I know that 12 inches is 1 foot. I need feet on the bottom so that those will cancel out. And 12 inches up top. 12 times 25 would give us 300 inches. Same kind of stuff there. Same kind of stuff there. I haven't done a quarts or gallons problem. So if I have 12 quarts and I want to put that into pints, I'm going to start with 12 quarts. And I know that the conversion for quarts and pints, there's 2 pints in every quart. So I'm going to put 1 quart down there and 2 pints, sorry, up top. So the quarts will cancel out, and that would give me 24 pints. Same stuff here. You're going to have just an extra step. So I've got 3 miles into yards. I don't know the exact conversion. I'm sure that somebody does. I don't know what it is, but I know that in 1 mile, there is 5,280 feet. So I put the mile on the bottom here so that those units will cancel out. And then feet, I know that there are 3 feet in 1 yard, and the feet will cancel out. So I think the threes are gonna cancel out too. I think that's gonna be 5,280 yards. Sorry about the handwriting there. More weird ways is the metric system. Um, all the millicenta kilometers. Get those. It's all the same stuff, whether it's liters or meters or grams. So push pause, get all those. 3 meters into centimeters, it's the same kind of stuff. So 3 meters, I know that for every 1 meter, there's 100 centimeters. So that would be 300 centimeters in 3 meters. I know people like moving the decimal which way. I just think it's easy to do it all the same way, multiply by 1. If I were changing 12,000 millimeters into meters, 12,000 millimeters into meters. I know that there's 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. So the millimeters will cancel out. I'm left with meters as my unit. And 12,000 over 1,000 would be 12 meters. So we've done that. We've canceled out several stuff. And this one, in the past, we've converted 1,296 inches into yards. But if I'm given a rate like 30 miles per hour and I want it to be rewritten in feet per minute, some of our canceling is not going to be right next door to each other. So it's going to be the same stuff. So I'm going to start with 30 miles for 1 hour, 30 miles per hour. And I want that to be in feet per minute. So I'm going to change the miles to feet to start with. I know that 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So the miles will cancel. I want my final answer to be in feet per minute. So I've got the feet, check. Now I have to make sure that it's going to be over minutes, so feet per minute. So I have an hour over there on the bottom left. I know that there is 60 minutes for every 1 hour, so I can cancel out the hours, and I'm left with feet per minute. So I would multiply all that. I'd have 30 on top, 5,280 on top, and I'd have 60 on the bottom. And I think that that would give you 3,080 feet per minute. Convert 90 miles per hour into feet per second. So this is just going to be one more step. We're going to convert it into feet per minute, and then we're going to change it into seconds. So we'll start with the 90 miles per 1 hour. And I want it to be in feet per second. So I got to change the miles to feet. I'm going to put miles on the bottom. 1 miles. That doesn't make any sense. 5,280 feet. Those will cancel. And so now I'm in feet. I need it to be in per second. So I'm going to change that hour. 1 hour is 60 minutes. It cancels the hours. And then I got to change minutes into seconds. I know that 1 minute is 60 seconds. Minutes cancel, and I'm left with feet over seconds, feet per seconds. So I have 90, 5,280 up top, and I'd have 60 and 60 on the bottom, and 90 miles per hour is 132 feet per second. When Brittany drives to Atlanta, she drives at an average speed of 45 miles per hour. It takes about 2 hours and 30 minutes for Brittany to get to Atlanta. Her car travels about 30 miles per gallon. Good gas mileage. If gas costs $3.75 per gallon, not a good price. How much money does Brittany spend on gas to get to Atlanta? So, a lot going on here. We're going to be canceling some weird stuff here. I've got 45 miles per 1 hour. And I'm essentially going to change that into money. The question says, how much money does Brittany spend? So my last unit, after all the canceling of units is gone, is going to be in dollars. So I have 45 miles per hour. There's something up there with miles. Yep, right here, 30 miles per gallon. So I can cancel the miles. I can say 30 miles is equal to 1 gallon. So we're multiplying by 1 here. 1 gallon is 30 miles. Miles taken care of. And I'm going to hopefully be able to cancel something else out. Oh, I see this uh, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I have an hour down here. So I'm going to rewrite 2 hours and 30 minutes as 2.5 hours. Cancel out the hours. And I'm hoping there's something with gallons. There is. And it's with dollars. Sweet. So I have gallons on top here with 1 gallon and 30 miles. So I'm going to say 1 gallon. Oh, no, I'm going to write that on the bottom. So I can cancel out with that one. 1 gallon is 375. And my last unit that has not been canceled out will be dollars. So on top of my fraction, I'll have 45 times 1 times 2.5 times 3.75. And on the bottom, I'll have 30. And how much does it cost Brittany to get to Atlanta? It's going to cost her $12.18 once you punch all that in your calculator. Jake ran 1,200 meters in 4 minutes and 5 seconds. I have no idea if that's a good time or a bad time. But Jake's running 1,200 meters in 4 minutes and 5 seconds on the track. If each lap is 400 meters long, what is his estimated time in seconds per lap? So we've been writing these things as like feet per second or miles per hour or something like that. So like we would normally just start off by saying, okay, 1,200 meters per 4 minutes and 5 seconds. But it wants our answer to be in seconds per lap. So if my answer has to be in seconds per lap, I need these seconds right here to just be on top. So I'm going to invert this. I'm going to make those seconds go up top, and I'm going to put the meters on the bottom. When I do that, I'm also going to change the 4 minutes and 5 seconds into seconds. So there are 60 seconds in every minute. That means there's 240 seconds in 4 minutes. This would be 245 seconds over 1,200 meters. So I want seconds per lap. I have seconds on top. Check. I need something to cancel that meters out on the bottom. It tells me that every lap is 400 meters long, so I'm going to put meters up top. That's 400 meters over 1 lap. That way the meters have canceled, and I have seconds per lap, which is what I wanted. And I'm going to multiply 245 times 400 up top. And then on the bottom, I'll have 1,200. And that should give me about 81.67 seconds per lap. I have no idea if that's like abnormally fast or really slow or just a good pace.